Hi, welcome to this episode of Grad Student Tips. I am Leigh Hall, PhD. If you have questions that you would like to see addressed in future episodes, things that you would like help with in terms of having your grad student career go as smoothly and successfully as possible, please feel free to email me, leahall39@gmail.com. Also, I have a blog where I discuss issues of teaching and learning in higher ed, leahall.wordpress.com, so check that out for more info as well. Today we're going to be talking about a potentially sensitive issue that is not that uncommon, and that is breaking up with your advisor. So you have an advisor, you could have been with that person for any length of time. You decide this person's not the fit for me. I need a new advisor. A lot of grad students tend to stress about this. So I'm going to help you today think about how to do it in a way that is smooth and simple. Now, how do we do this? First of all, consider why you want to break up with your advisor. All right. It could be that, maybe you're upset because you got some feedback that you don't like. And that's not necessarily the reason why you want to do it. But there are a number of reasons that are valid reasons, right? So, for example, when I started my grad school career, I was matched with an advisor when I started, and it's very common, right, for entering students to be matched with somebody automatically. Sometimes you might request somebody, but sometimes it's just a blind match, right? And everybody knows going in with a blind match that it may or may not be the best fit. People that assigned that person to you know that. The advisor knows that, okay? So if you were matched with somebody and as you got to know them, you found out this isn't just a good fit for me, that's kind of normal. And as an advisor, we do expect some of that to happen. Okay. We know that it's not always going to work out, and it's also not personal. So we don't see it as personal to you, and we don't take it personally either. But think about why you want to do it. So it could be that it's not a good fit. It could be, maybe your advisor is not available, right? Maybe you need somebody that's around more. Maybe your advisor doesn't respond in a timely manner, or give you feedback in a way that's working for you. There could be a number of reasons their style might not work for you. For me, I was matched blindly when I came into the program, and my advisor just was not really in my field. They sort of had some tangential interests to mine, but it just wasn't a good fit academically, right? The academic focus wasn't what it needed to be. So it made sense to find a new advisor. So let's say you've thought this through and you know you need a new advisor. Before you break up with your current advisor, go and meet with the person that you want to be your new advisor. Have a conversation with them, right? First of all, make sure that they agree with you and that they think that they would be a good advisor for you. And then you can even feel free to ask them for some tips about how to express that you want to, in the relationship with your current advisor, because they're going to know that person professionally and in a way that's different from you, and they might be able to give you some additional tips. Then you need to schedule a meeting with your advisor. Now, unless there's some real reason that it just won't work out, you need to have this conversation in person. That's just polite, respectful, professional. I understand that it's stressful, but again, realize, right, I've had people break up with me. I've actually broken up with students before, and I will talk about that in a separate video. But, I don't take it personally. I don't think anybody does. We want what's best for you. And if what's best for you is working with someone else, then that's what we want. So don't stress about it in your head. When you go into the meeting, you keep it short, all right? Just let them know that you have found somebody else that you want to work with. You don't need to give the reasons why. So you just need to say that you think, you're working with somebody that's going to be a better fit for you, that, in some cases, it's obvious, right? In some cases, like for example, for me, when I switched advisors as a grad student, it was blatantly obvious because the person that I was switching to was better situated in my field than the person that I had been assigned to, right? So that might make sense. But if it's not working out for you, probably your advisor already knows this to some extent. So just keep it short. Let them know that you appreciate what they've offered you. You want to stay on good terms with them. Academia is a small world. Thank them for their time and then move on. Okay, you don't owe us any explanations. You don't need to tell us why it's not working out for you, anything like that. Just keep it short, keep it sweet, move on. Know that we're not taking it personally. We've got lots of students to advise and other things to do. And we hope that, that you wouldn't take it personally as well if we were suggesting that you find somebody that might work better for you. So that's how you break up with your advisor. Believe me, it's very common. Try not to build it up in your head. Stay in the moment, meet in person, keep it short. Make sure you know who your new advisor is, and it should go really well. So if you have questions about advisor-advisee relationships, things that you want to talk about more, I'd love to hear them. Please leave it in the comments section, and please subscribe to this channel where you will get more information about working in higher education.